More delusional right now, men or women?
Oh, that's a great question.
Yeah.
Women, y'all know I stand on a mountaintop for you, especially black women. But I gotta say this. I meet better men nowadays than I meet women.
Wow.
And that's just the truth.
I don't know what is going on in 2026, but what if I told you that I, Faucette Media, actually agree with Cheyenne Bryant on something? Yeah, I know. Over the years of us talking about Dr. Cheyenne and all of her appearances, we finally gotten to a place where I think she's listening. She was on Justin LaBoy's podcast, respectfully. And I think she finally met her match, or maybe this is more chameleon activity. But I'm going to say there's one group of people that aren't happy about the Cheyenne Bryant having this new enlightenment. The women were not ready. They were tearing her to shreds in the threads. Is Cheyenne Bryant pandering to men now? What could be the reason for this change of events? I've got a couple ideas.
More delusional right now, men or women?
Oh, that's a great question.
Yeah.
Women, y'all know I stand on a mountaintop for you, especially black women. But I gotta say this. I meet better men nowadays than I meet women.
Wow.
And that's just the truth. There are so many men nowadays who are ready to be married, who are ready to be family men, who are standing on principles, who are, really into and relational with the women that they're dating.
Right.
And I meet a lot of women who want to play the field, who want to be, more of we have womanizers, but we do have women who are manizers. And when you start to look at women who want a man to just perform, right, which goes into the same field as gold digging, that's a woman who is considered a manizer. And unfortunately, I meet a lot more, men who are like, Doc, I'm ready to get married, or, I'm ready for the next step. And women who either are not there yet, or they're saying they're there yet, but their behavior that they're exhibiting and their inability to be able to nest in a man and allow him to lead her is not allowing the relationship to really take the course that the man is trying to lead them to.
Wow. That was like a shot across the bow. Like, women in these comments are in shambles right now. They are losing their mind because their hero, their champion, Cheyenne Bryant, had the nerve to come on there and tell the truth about how they've been moving recently.
Extremely toxic, but she could also heal you at the same time. Dr. Cheyenne Bryant.
So I'm not claiming the toxicity part, but I will claim the healing
start your
part.
shit already,
Okay,
please.
I love how she can't say toxicity. she loves that toxicity.
I will claim the healing part.
Yo,
we not gonna start off high value, low functioning now.
Oh my God!
So you might want to start with your questions.
Okay.
Come on, Justin.
I don't want no smoke with you. I just want to have a good conversation. There's no winners, no losers. We just want to help
King
everybody.
of toxic. What are we talking about today?
Toxic?
Okay, cool. I want you to kind of like help us figure out that middle ground during this conversation as a man who has been through these things.
Yeah, bring some reality to relationships is what I hear you saying. A man who's out sacrificing time in exchange for social economics so he can provide for his family is a man who is high value and high functioning. A man who is out there sacrificing his time to make money, but also the time that he has that is not working, he chooses not to spend with his family, is high value, low functioning. That means that he's functioning at a level so low that he is not taking the collective into mind. He's saying that I'm going to work, and when I have free time, I'm going to also spend that time doing the things I want to do at the expense of my family. That's low functioning. And that's low functioning is just, having low emotional intelligence. It means that you don't have the intellect to think past yourself. You don't have the intellect to regulate your emotions. Emotions and feelings is what tells us and drives what we want to do. It drives our decision making. And if you can't manage your emotions to do what's right for what you've created, which is the collective of your family, then you're low functioning.
Right.
Absolutely. And for the women who don't appreciate the man that you mentioned, that, hey, look, maybe he's not out there making all of the money you would like him to make, but he's at home and he's present and he's showing up and he's covering and he's leading that household, then that's not a man issue, then that's that woman's issue. And I think that folks need to become less transactional and more relational, and we have more relationships. Because if we base our relationships on just how you perform or how I perform, that's a condition. As soon as that performance is no longer available, then guess what? That condition that I was in love with also goes, and so does my love for you. But if I can look at
Who is this person? This sounds like a totally different person. I mean, we've discussed Cheyenne Bryant on this channel many times, and we always had pushback on her views about what part money plays in the man that she selects in her life. Sounds like either we finally gotten through to her or something else has happened. I think possibly sitting up on stage at tonight's conversation next to Iyanla has had a big impact on her. I believe that in some ways. The ladies are not going to like this at all.
Available, then guess what? That condition that I was in love with also goes, and so does my love for you. But if I can look at you and say, whether he performs or not, right? I love him. I like him. If he never brought in another dollar because he couldn't, right? Then I still want to roll with this guy. This is still my person. That's relational. Transactional is if he ain't paying the bills and I could do bad by myself. Yeah. When you hear somebody say that, that's someone who needs you to perform. Right. And I think performance is what's deadening relationships. That's what's causing or allowing the divorce rate to be high. And you have kids in the house that are looking to their parents or whoever's in that home on how to navigate relationships and what is the healthy ideology of a relationship. And if all they see is mom praise you for your performance, then your son learns to perform well, but not how to love. Then your daughter learns to choose somebody who can perform, but not love her. So now you have a mansion that's homeless because you have all performance, but no substance. And a relationship cannot sustain on just performance. It's impossible.
Wow.
Yeah, right? Who is this new woman? What's happened here? Where's the Cheyenne that we all disagree with? She's now taking on a new leaf, and now she's talking like she got some sense. Yeah, because these relationships that are all based on finance, that is the definition of why these relationships are ending. But it didn't just stop there. Oh, there's more.
But a lot of men, Justin, think about it. They feel like if they talk about being abused, think about this.
Imagine a man calls the cops on his girl.
This is my point. But see, society, there you go. Society makes it seem like he's soft or, he's a PUSSY if he talks about his hardship with the women. No, I think that it's equally should be respected. It equally needs to be heard. And I think that there needs to be a safe space for men to say, look, man, I ain't never put my hands on her, but she been whooping on me for the past 10 years, not because I can't whoop on her, but because I'm not gonna put my hands on her.
Right.
But she's been slapping on me, throwing phones at me. I think that is something, especially in our community, that needs to be addressed with our men.
So if a man is being abused by his woman, what should he do? Obviously, he could leave, but women get to call the cops. Right. Should a man call the cops on a woman who physically assaults him?
First of all, calling the police, in our community is so taboo.
It is.
It's so taboo.
But the women do it.
I think women do it more, but I do know that men do it too. You have men who absolutely call the police. We've had, I'm not going to drop names, we have celebrities who have called police on the mother of their child. So we can't say that. And he's a man who's called it, right? It was all over social media, okay? Yeah. And there was no domestic violence involved. He just was trying to probably be an asshole and want her out of his home with the newborn baby. Right. Anyways, I digress. But what a man should do is definitely leave. I think that police should be involved if, folks feel like they can't handle the domestic dispute on their own by leaving. And when I say leave, that means leave for good until that person gets the help they need.
Cheyenne Bryant, the activist for men's rights, their rights to being abused. This is a whole new leaf. She's turned over a whole new leaf.
Respectfully.
Yeah. Respectfully. Yeah, you should like that. Your future husband Would you let him have female friends if the female's attractive and single?
Well, I don't care if she's attractive or not. I'm just not open to my guy having female friends. I like a man's man. I like a man who's, hanging with his boys, or they're going to watch a game, or they're in the man cave, or whatever they doing, they man thing, and I can kind of pop in and be like, oh, they're men being men. I don't want a man sitting on the phone with a woman. She could be ugly. It doesn't matter. It's just that is not what I would be attracted to, so no.
Right. No, for sure. Next question. Do you think men love their side chick more than their wives?
I've been in my field 18 years, and almost every single one of those men were deeper in love with their side chick than their wife.
Mm-hmm. Wow. She actually told the truth on that. That's interesting. As a professional, too, like you hear a lot of professionals out here that like to coddle women's feelings, that like to say that, the man is always the problem. But she goes in here to explain kind of why a man would have a chick on the side. That it's not always just him being an evil person, and that woman on the side might actually nurture him in a way that his main woman or wife doesn't.
And the side chick was actually what put him in a better mood, unfortunately, to be able to go home and be better to his wife. And it was almost like if he left the side chick, he wouldn't be the better husband that he is with the wife. When I say better, doesn't mean he's a good husband, because he's obviously already not a committed husband, right? He's already, committed infidelity. When I say better, I mean in his treatment toward the wife. It's almost like the side chick gives him some type of recharge that allows him to go home and deal with the family he really doesn't want to be with. Wow. Yeah. So it's sad, but that's what usually happens. Yeah. I don't want to go against what y'all feel, okay? Right. But from my experience, my black clients, right, who are everything from A-list celebrities, athletes, to non-celebrity clients, right, they're coming to session. And I'm finding that I have more black men who are booking sessions for their fiancés, their wives, or the mother of their kids, to get on the right same page, to get in alignment, than I find the woman booking the session. Wow.
So there goes the narrative about black men not wanting to step out there and protect their family, not wanting to seek therapy, not wanting to address this thing. We get such a bad rap a lot of the times because it's been said that black men don't like to go to the doctor. Well, if we have a relationship issue, the last person they think we want to talk to is a therapist. Dr. Cheyenne Bryant seems to have had a different experience in that. History tells her that. So after all the narratives that we've had online for years, who is more mentally healthy in that situation? Who is actually looking to work through their issues? Is it men or is it women? Because automatically the default is that women are always doing something to make things more, to operate in a healthier way.
I have more black men who are saying, look, I'm booking the session for my wife, or, I'm the one who's booking for us. And these are the issues that we're trying to resolve. And she's a little more resistant to coming oftentimes, and he's more like, come on, babe, let's get this together. Right. And so I got to give black men their flowers and their kudos, because they're not the ones that I find that are most resistant. They're the ones that are coming pre-marriage, post-divorce, during co-parenting, and they're really wanting it to be right. And I find that a lot of black men, more than having issues to address, they're looking for a place to unload. They're looking for a safe place where they're not judged, where they can cry and they're not called weak, and they could be vulnerable and they could be seen and they cannot be judged. Right.
And I feel like a lot of women aren't probably doing that because of trust. Like, a woman will feel like they wouldn't go or do that because they can't trust their man in the way that they should. Next hypothetical. You in a car with your man and his mother. Who sits in the front seat?
I think that's his decision. But if they picked me up together and she's in the front, I'm definitely hopping in the back with no problem.
Wow.
I would never have him or me tell her, Miss Johnson,
y'all leaving
get
out
in
the
back.
house at the same time. Who should sit in the front seat?
I would say me, but if his mother hopped in the front seat and we have a great relationship, and I know it's not something she's doing, to be pun intended,
Right.
I'm big on moms because remember, I respect my mother.
Yeah.
And so it wouldn't bother me. And I'm also the woman that the more my husband puts me first, the more I'm putting everything and everyone he loves before me. Because as long as he tees me up, I'm going to exalt everything that's connected to him. His job is just to put me first, and mama will be in the front seat, wherever she want to be,
Right.
because I see that you are honoring me first, and I'm going to honor everything you love.
Love that. So
Wow.
Dr. Bryant is rich. Little shit on her wrist, the drip. I know a millionaire when I see one. How much money does your future husband have to make a year for you to be comfortable with it? And I'm not asking because you're just this regular girl on the street who has nothing, but as a woman who's built so much for herself, what is your expectation for a man to make financially every year?
Whatever amount will allow him to sustain a great quality of life that I have. And for us,
And what's that number? You gotta give me a number. How much money does a man have to make
This is different
yearly
now.
for Dr. Bryant to marry him?
the reason why it's not a number is because
Nah, I need a number.
it's not a number,
We
though.
gotta end with a number.
I can't put
It's
it out
the lie.
there.
We gotta end with a number.
But it's not
so if
a
he makes
number.
$30,000 a year.
It's
you
not.
with him?
Well, I can't even.
That's what I'm
no one can
saying.
live off
So you gotta give me a comfortable
It's-
number for what you got.
30,000 is the line, y'all. She can't go no lower than 30, y'all. She can't go as low as 30 now. But she's saying she's willing to work with somebody. I wonder, there's a number of factors here happening with Dr. Cheyenne, obviously. As she, gets older, like it's only been a couple years that she's been around here, like really popular. But as she gets older, it seems like she's relaxing some of those requirements that she once had. I mean, I've got to go back and check the files and make sure, but it sounds a lot different than it used to. And she's willing to compromise now, just as long as you're not making 30,000. Let's say about 40 or 50. What you gonna do then?
Put it this way: he doesn't have to make more than me, but he has to be able to
has to
provide
be a
a great
millionaire.
quality of life
Does
for
your
us.
future husband have to be a millionaire? Yes or no?
I wouldn't say he'd have to be a millionaire.
100,000 there?
Justin, people live amazing off of $500,000.
That's right.
People live amazing off of $400,000. It's
So what's
about
the
money.
number?
Let me
So
say
it's
this.
400.
She just said the numbers, though. Really? Can we be honest? She just said the numbers. She's in the 400 to 500 range, is what she's saying. But the funny thing is, as much as women talk about how much a man needs to make, I really don't think they're doing forensic accounting of most men's money. If you show the appearance that you might be making 400 or 500,000, or if you say those words, a lot of times that's pretty much the investigation that they're gonna go on. They're gonna go on how many gifts they've gotten, how you dress, how you carry yourself mostly, and that's it. That's how a lot of these women get taken advantage of. That's how somebody could get in a relationship with somebody and then realize they didn't have anything, that they were fronting the whole time. So I guess it's always better to err on the side of wealth with a woman like Cheyenne.
At least he has to make yearly. What would you say is the number your
I
husband
don't
has to
have.
make?
I mean, it's
All right, if
not
you're
a
homeless
number.
and she loves you and you treat her good, she'll be with you.
She all
No.
in there.
No. I didn't say
No.
homeless. Homeless
what's
man
the
doesn't make
number?
anything. Homeless man can't provide
What's the
a great
number?
quality
What's
of
the
life.
number? I know you don't want to say the wrong
No,
thing. and
it's
go
not about
viral, but
you.
How dare you not mention the homeless high value out there? They're high functioning. As a matter of fact, homeless people are always in relationships. Isn't that strange? I don't understand how homeless people get in so many relationships and wealthy people can't seem to figure it out. It lets me know that a lot of our priorities are out of order. If they can figure it out, you can too.
I'm gonna say homeless. Homeless
what's
man
the
doesn't make
number?
anything. Homeless man can't provide
what's the
a great
number?
quality
What's
of
the
life.
number? I know you don't want to say the wrong
No,
thing. and
it's
go
not about
viral, but
you. Know damn well I say the wrong shit
So
all the time.
how much money does your
Yes,
future
she does.
husband have to
Hold on.
make?
I wear the wrong shit. I say the wrong shit. Let's not talk about my lace outfit. I'm not afraid
When
of
did you
being
wear a lace
wrong.
outfit?
Stop it. But the reason why I don't say a dollar amount is because if I got a man making, let's just say $4 million, right? But all that money is tied up, then what can he do for us with the tied up money?
So how much untied
But let's just
money
say
does
I
he
had
have
a
to
man
make?
making $1 million, but that money is not tied up. then that million is something that we can spend collectively.
He has to make $1 million a year is what you're telling me.
That's what Justin said. Justin also said, I need to just
respectfully to Justin LaBoy show. Respectfully. Justin LaBoy.
Can I be honest, y'all? Dr. Cheyenne Bryant is a very simple woman, and we can see. And I don't say this simple in terms like they used to say in the old school, you know. She's got her things about her, but she's not that. If the right dude came around to her, because they talk about this too, about casual relationships. But if she got everything she wanted physically, if she got everything she wanted sexually, if she got everything she wanted emotionally, I'm sure, as a wide majority of women out there that are not gold diggers would accept a man coming with less money, way less money. I've seen it. I've worked in entertainment my whole life. I've seen women that are wealthy, millionaires. Every one of them has to somewhat compromise because dealing with a man on their level or higher is nearly impossible a lot of times, especially if they aren't the most beautiful woman in the world. But they're just successful, just the level of success. The stuff that people on podcasts always talk about, but aren't living necessarily. These women almost always compromise. And don't let age be a factor. Don't let her biological clock be a factor. She's going to start compromising like crazy. And Dr. Cheyenne Bryant is no different. If she finds somebody to kiss her on her big forehead, yeah, it's big. It ain't bad, but it's big. You know, we can see. If she can get somebody to kiss her on that 5 head and snuggle up with her the right way and lay some pipe, fix the indoor plumbing, she'll be happy. And that's all we've been trying to say for the longest time. That's all we've been trying to say in the many, many arguments with Dr. Cheyenne Bryant. But like I said, something's gotten to her. And I believe, like I said, it has something to do with maybe proximity to somebody like Iyanla, a force of nature that she is on a regular basis, you know, going on tour with her. And then also hearing what us men have been pushing back with, you know. Also, after that whole dress incident, you know, all bets are off. So she really changing up now because of that dress situation. But anyway, man, Dr. Cheyenne Bryant, do you all think Dr. Cheyenne Bryant has turned a new leaf and is being more understanding of men's issues and men's plights, what men have been talking about forever? Do you think she has abandoned her female audience, or do you think this is another play to capture a new audience? Because like I said, there are women that can talk positively and say things that men agree with and still maintain a female audience. But it's just when you want that whole female population, you got to start shitting on men, especially black men. And since she's not doing that, does this hurt her long term? I don't know. She's a little more comfortable now since she had her book release. She's a little more comfortable to say what she wants to say. Maybe she doesn't have to pander to women as much, but is she pandering to the men out here? I want to know what you all think in the comments. If you like this video, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification for all uploads. This is Faucette Media.